President Trump spent his evening at a non-union auto supplier in Clinton Township. The visit was met with cheers and criticism.
Fox News' Dave Kinchin joins us live from Drake Enterprises with more on tonight's event. Dave, how was he received?
Well, you know, this was very much, of course, a Trump crowd and really felt like a Trump campaign speech. You know, he did not go to the second Republican presidential debate, this one at the Reagan Library in California. Instead, he timed his remarks to be a little bit after 8 o'clock. He spoke for about an hour and went right into the time at 9 o'clock when that debate started up. In this case, Trump trying to get his own message across, how he can save the auto industry, he says, but also how he can tackle a lot of other issues, too.
I side with the auto workers of America and with those who want to make America great again, and I always will.
Former President Donald Trump giving a shout out to those on the front lines of Michigan's auto industry in a crowd that included some UAW members at the otherwise non-union parts supplier Drake Enterprises in Clinton Township. This one day after current President Joe Biden rallied with the UAW.
The workers of America are getting, to put it very nicely, screwed. You're getting screwed. Yesterday, Joe Biden came to Michigan to pose for photos at the picket line. But it's his policies that send Michigan auto workers to the unemployment line. He only came after I announced that I would be here. You know, he announced quite a bit later. Spoke for a few seconds. Did you notice he spoke for what, a few seconds? And he had absolutely no idea what he was saying. He didn't know where he was. He didn't know where he was. He didn't know what we were saying. Where am I? He's saying, where am I? Oh, you're in Michigan. Oh, that's great. What do they do in Michigan? They grow weed in Michigan, he said.
Trump questioned the leadership at the big three as well.
Why is it that these big, powerful car companies with guys that are making $35 million a year immediately quit? They say, you want electric vehicles? We'll give it to you when the damn things don't go far enough and they're too expensive. And I'm not in that business, but I know a lot about it. They don't go far enough.
Those attending inside and outside and on both sides of the Trump campaign weighed in.
Even though everybody thinks that these negotiations and everything and the strike, everybody thinks that that's a big deal. In a couple years, it's going to be a moot point because you're not going to have jobs. So that's I think he hit the nail on the head.
We're here to say hell no to Donald Trump. He needs to not be in here. People should come out to stop him from his bigoted attacks on the people of Michigan. We need Michigan to stand together for immigrant rights, for union rights, and against Donald Trump.
And UAW President Shawn Fain was also mentioned by the former President Trump reached out and said, Shawn, give me a call, essentially to try to work out a deal on this strike and with the Detroit 3. And Shawn Fain has said in recent interviews nationally that he doesn't see a point in meeting with Trump because he says Trump represents the billionaire class, not the working class. Reporting live in Clinton Township, Dave Kinchin, Fox 2 News.
I got to ask you, during that entire speech, did former President Trump, I know he mentioned the CEO's salaries being inflated. Did he talk a little bit about the contrast between the salaries of the CEOs and what some of these UAW workers are making or asking for?
He didn't talk a lot about that in terms of specifics. He talked more about saving jobs than the actual terms and actual wages and salaries, things like that. He talked more about bigger picture, how he says he can save jobs, but not the actual specifics relating to the contracts itself.